Top 10 Highest Budget Movies in History. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. 10. Justice League, $300 million. Superhero films are expensive due to their visual effects, CGI characters, and large set pieces. Justice League was no different, but the film's production experienced numerous problems with the script while filming. Warner Brothers was upset with the negative reception to Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, even though the film made a profit and grossed over $873 million worldwide. The studio tried to change Justice League's script during the middle of filming, which is never a good sign. His proved costly, as the budget ballooned to nearly $300 million. With over $20 million used to digitally remove Henry Cavill's Man of Steel mustache. Justice League tanked at the box office, grossing over $657 worldwide. 9. Pirates of the Caribbean, at World's End, $300 million. The Pirates of the Caribbean franchise's biggest strength, shooting on location, is also its costliest decision. At World's End filmed in Singapore, the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah, Palmdale, Niagara Falls, and Molokai. Shooting at sea and filming in large tanks that require an ungodly amount of water is a necessary expense during filming. There were also multiple battle sequences across large set pieces to coordinate. Additionally, it took over 5 months to implement visual effects. 8. Avengers: Infinity War, $325 million. Crafting a decade-long story takes a lot of time, and it costs a lot of money. Avengers: Infinity War was the beginning of the end for the Infinity Saga, kicking off the swan song for a storyline that began in 2008. Unlike previous Avengers films, Infinity War featured more Marvel characters than ever, notably adding the Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, and Thanos, who made his first non-cameo appearance in the MCU. The addition of more actors means more money spent on above-the-line talent, inflating the budget to north of $300 million. Though most of the filming took place from January 2017 to July 2017 in Pinewood Atlanta studios, real locations were used in New York City, downtown Atlanta, and Scotland. $325 million is a small price to pay to become the first superhero film to gross over $2 billion worldwide. 7. Fast X, $340 million. It has been over 20 years, and Vin Diesel, F9, is still fighting to protect his family as Dominic Toretto in the Fast saga. However, family values are expensive in the franchise, as the upcoming 10th film, Fast X, is rumored to have an estimated budget of $340 million. The 3 main areas of spending for the franchise are global locations, practical action sequences, and talent fees. Fast X is a globe-trotting adventure, filming scenes in Rome, London, Turin, Lisbon, and Los Angeles. Fast X relies on practical action. In other words, the expensive cars, tanks, and helicopters on-screen are real and not the product of a green screen. The A-list cast and legacy members of the franchise also command high salaries, as nearly 1/3 of the budget, around $100 million, goes to the actors. Diesel is rumored to make $20 million for his work on the film, which will only increase with back-end points. 6. Avatar: The Way of Water, $350 million. In the 40-plus years that James Cameron, Avatar, has worked as a director, there are 2 guarantees. The first lesson is to never bet against Cameron because his films always deliver. The second lesson is if there's any filmmaker who can handle expensive budgets, it's Cameron, due to his track record of generating a sizable profit. Cameron has 3 of the 4 highest-grossing films of all time: Titanic, Avatar, and Avatar: The Way of Water. All 3 had budgets north of $200 million, and all 3 grossed over $2.2 billion worldwide. The Way of Water became Cameron's most expensive film of all time, with an estimated budget of $350 million, although that number is probably higher. The Way of Water incorporated new technology to capture underwater and live-action scenes. 5. Avengers: Endgame, $356 million. The ending of the Infinity Saga came to its epic conclusion in Avengers: Endgame. Like Infinity War, Endgame included a large cast, with over 60 actors billed. Not all salaries are created equal. However, the original Avengers, including Chris Evans, Ghosted, Chris Hemsworth, Thor, Love and Thunder, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, Mark Ruffalo, Spotlight, and Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, made an estimated $15 million. However, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, the first actor to lead an MCU movie, pulled in a rumored $75 million for his involvement in Endgame. 4. Avengers: Age of Ultron, $365 million. Considering their importance within the MCU and the number of actors involved in the productions, it's surprising to learn that Infinity War and Endgame are not the most expensive Avengers films. That title belongs to Avengers: Age of Ultron, considered the worst of the 4 Avengers films. For starters, the villainous Ultron, played by James Spader, the Blacklist, is a motion capture character, and his army is a swarm of CGI robots. The entire final battle relies on visual effects since it takes place on the floating city of Sokovia. Unlike most Marvel films today, which are almost entirely shot on a studio stage, Age of Ultron was filmed in multiple locations around the world in addition to the stage, including South Korea, Italy, Bangladesh, England, and New York. 3. Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, $379 million. One of the most expensive films on this list is one of the oldest, as 2011's Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides had an estimated production budget of $379 million. Without franchise staples Keira Knightley, The Boston Strangler, and Orlando Bloom, Carnival Row, Disney backed up the Brinks truck for the Depp, who made a whopping $55.5 million for his work as Captain Jack Sparrow. Filming at sea, and shooting over 1,000 visual effects expanded the budget to $379 million. Yet, fans still loved seeing the swashbuckling pirate as the film grossed over $1 billion worldwide. 2. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, $416 million. On paper, a blockbuster film that grosses over $1 billion worldwide on a $416 million budget is a win. For Lucasfilm, however, The Rise of Skywalker did more damage than good in the long run. Parting ways with the director is somewhat common. When Colin Trevorrow, Jurassic World, parted ways with Episode 9, it was a cause for concern, but it wasn't time to panic. Lucasfilm then brought in J.J. Abrams to write and direct what became The Rise of Skywalker. However, the final product seemed more interested in retconning The Last Jedi than telling an original Star Wars story. No Star Wars movie has come out since The Rise of Skywalker, and the next film is not scheduled to be released until 2025 at the earliest. 1. Star Wars: The Force Awakens, $447 million. The most expensive film of all time comes from Lucasfilm in 2015's Star Wars: The Force Awakens. In 2012, Disney bought Lucasfilm, and the first film under this new ownership was The Force Awakens. I don't want to say that money wasn't an issue when it came to the budget, but Disney could not afford to miss on their first Star Wars movie. Therefore, the company was willing to spend big to ensure it would succeed. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.